Welcome back everyone to Immortal Way of Life part 39. Last episode was a crazy one. We fought multiple deity transformation characters. We completed most of the main story quests and even got the Immortal Sword now, which I never bothered showcasing, so here it is. Episode 3 of the Enemy's Chief. And now we are here rounding up all of the leftover missions we can and then heading towards the Ascension ourselves. So as part of the main story, let's head back to the White Emperor Pavilion and inform Xuxin that his master did successfully cross the tribulation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to witness his ascension, and as such we tell him all about it, from the preparation of the tribulation to the end when the demonic sect came to steal the sword. We definitely told him about everything, and he listened with great interest. The strength of the blood lotus, the high blood sword immortal, should be no less than that of your senior brother, and even the primordial child would find it difficult to contend with them. And the two heavenly demon sect disciples are not ordinary people. Luckily, the Bloodsword Palace's senior patriarch Blood River had only average strength. After slapping him in the face once, I was able to deal with others. Later on, the ancient god sect who had been lurking in the dark attempted to launch a sneak attack. However, the Star Palace master had been on guard in the shadows. This time we managed to wait until our senior brother successfully overcame his tribulation. Perfect. Pravani, do you know why the senior brother doesn't want you to go? Actually, my senior brother and I anticipated that the demonic sects would come to snatch the sword. Senior brother knows that he doesn't have time to take care of your safety, so he deliberately left you behind. Yep, but from now on the White Emperor Pavilion will be handed over to you, Xuxin. Ever since senior brother started preparing for his tribulation, you have been in charge of everything. Exactly, you are now the pavilion master yourself. And the most important thing as the master of this White Emperor Pavilion is their attitude towards evil and demonic cultivators. And as such, you are perfect for this role. Exactly. And that is the first half. And if we look at our main quest, it is complete. There's only Myth of Ascension, raise your level, or survive the Thunder Calamity. But there are actually two more interesting things happening in the year 950 as well as 1000. And I still gotta keep, 80% now. I still gotta keep a lookout for these 80% and 62. I believe I did gather enough spirit cores at some point. Did I? Yes, 8k. So we can just grab those techniques from our sect and then start doing closed cultivation until we get further along. So here we go. Hello, I want to exchange for this one Yongchuan, another Yongchuan, another Guardianship of the Will, and the last. Let's head into close seclusion. Wait a second, what? Bailu just entered mid-deity transformation. I was just chilling here and noticed how this double cultivation boost got longer, and she just entered mid-deity. And look at her equipment as well. 27 frostbite, yeah, just happens. She is definitely MVP of the series as well. Besides, of course, ourselves, but we don't count ourselves. Here we go, we got a message from Starbell. Hey, I am ascending in the year 949. Don't forget to come to the open space to the north of the Heaven's Secret Pavilion to watch the ceremony, okay? I'll definitely be doing so. And a status update maybe on her, 95%. I now need to slow down with my cultivation and will try to get you to hopefully deity. I believe you have a 39% chance in the end. You better succeed, otherwise we are facing big issues. Okay, where are we at? 99%. Okay, I got to now slowly advance with 1 month every time. And there you go. Late nascent soul, maximum cultivation, and she's preparing for the breakthrough. Here you go. Number 1, number 2 pill, number 3 pill, and did I sort the inventory? I didn't yet. 1 Yongchuan method for you, 1 guardianship of the will for you. 39%. The way we can figure out if she succeeded or not is if she's still the sect headmaster or not. If you become deity, you can't be the sect headmaster, but will become a supreme elder instead. So if, well, we see she's still a sect headmaster in the moment, it's not looking good. Come on. Okay, that's by Lu. That is sad. That is super sad. Wait, you didn't, okay, never mind, you didn't even attempt it yet. Also, you won 4th place. And wait, you're refining pills. How's your alchemy now? Still shit. Okay, I'll give you another month. I actually thought she just failed it. Okay. The moment is tense. That's Bai Lu and Lin Mushu. That's still not her. Come on, come on, come on. I'm praying 39%. 39%. I'm not looking at the WeChat notice. We want to see it like that. Come on. You can't die in the deity transform. Supreme. Yes, 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 yes. She fucking did it. Oh, look at the lifespan. Look at the fucking lifespan. Who successfully broke through the bottleneck and their realm broke to the early stage of deity transformation. Fuck yes. Oh, nice, nice, nice. She may only have a 13% chance for the tribulation, but who cares? Plus 1000 lifespan, big. Now Lin Mushu, you're also very close. I don't care too much. I said, and I realized she's almost 900 years old. I am 900 years as well. Oh my god. Okay, but that is big. That is 1 out of the way. We could probably set up, like, how much lifespan do you have? 160 years. We could send up some longevity missions for her as well in case something goes south. And by the way, I did realize in hindsight when editing this one video that the elder request thing does sell longevity pills. We'll just ignore that, but that is 100 years. If it goes poorly, this is another 30 years. And maybe this is of interest as well, but the people who have died so far. So you remember Old Zoo, what happened with him. Besides that, one of the elders from our sect has died, Azure Bamboo, who was the previous sect headmaster, and another one elder, I guess like Azure Snake probably, something like that. But back to cultivation now. Now this is a happy sign. Look at this, I can't even do 20 years of cultivation anymore. We are super close to hitting late deity. But well, since Lin Mushu is almost hitting 100% of late nascent soul, I can't do all of it in one go. Well, she is at 98%, so I'll probably advance a few years and then check in again. Okay, there we are. Late nascent soul 100%. So same stuff as with the other girl. One of those techniques, one of these, and triple pills. Now it's not all too important for her to succeed, but it would still be nice. As for her, I have no way of telling if she actually succeeds or not, since there is no supreme elder etc. of her own family. And let's check. Wow, 3 for 3. That is incredible. Successfully broke through to the bottleneck. Nice. I guess we can then now just click on this, and here we go. Suddenly the spiritual energy from the surrounding heavens and earth begins to surge into your body. You have broken through the bottleneck and your realm has ascended to late deity transformation, plus almost 5000 HP. And now we get the last chance to possibly get a new concubine. Okay, you are in seclusion. Maybe next month, like last chance of that. Like we are now at the highest cultivation realm we can be. The only other possibility is divorcing someone, and it would be nice if you could show up. Okay, she is back in the sect. Our one and only chance. If not, we'll miss out on it, or on miss out on her. We could have picked the starting trade perk, increased affection, but I won't. Hello, you are at 200. Perfect. You have a 21% chance of success with your tribulation. You have almost like 3.5 million. I should, to be honest, don't need to save. Express affection. Yes. Fellow Taoists, we got rejected again. It happens. We missed out on it. So, next thing that stands in our way is the year 949 ascension of herself, she mentioned in one of the messages. Well, I suppose since I also now have more max HP due to being late deity, we can head to the Great Void Dimension and redo heal. I have never learned what's the... Okay, this should be attempt combat, the bottom one is learn it. We still have the recovery from the wood thing and our one technique. So we do triple vitality and then end the turn. You can probably heal more with some other stuff as well. We'll just keep it to the bare minimum. We did the ceiling, perfect. 23k, 25k. Ah, that's super close, I believe. I need to get some more healing arts. Good question. What else is there to heal? I believe it's like 30,000 for the higher level option. Do we need it? Absolutely not. 15,000 healing is sufficient. Are we interested in it? Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check out the wiki if there's any other like good healing art. To be honest, I didn't have to think for long. I can just respec some of my Dao points into, in this case, water for Tung Shui. Healing effect is increased by 30%. I can like forget it afterwards and let's try again. Like, I just realized that we can do it since we have this Heavenly Blessing starting thing where we respec. Yeah, 18k and looking a lot better. Like now we heal 25 at 26% of lost HP. Yeah, that's it. There you go. We just needed to respec a bit, 33k, the maximum amount. And we can now comprehend that as well. That should be our final setup. We forget these nodes again. And respec into Forged Metal and Metal Mastery. Time to comprehend. So here we are, year 949. And according to her, there should be an open space above the Heaven's Secret Pavilion, and there is. Let's enter. As the sound of deep thunder roared, the sky suddenly darkened. In just a few moments, almost half of Ningzhou's sky was covered by dark, calamitous clouds. Apart from you, many cultivators here are attracted by the anomalies in the sky and earth. However, they dare not approach. You see, Xingning has found a spacious, open-air area and is cultivating her inner strength, preparing for the tribulation. Let's talk to her. Fellow Taoist, what do you think the upper realm will look like? In the past, when the Radiant Sword Immortal opened up heaven with a single sword, he attracted the Thunder Calamity, but no one had ever attracted the Heavenly Tribulation and ascended to the upper realm before. However, now that one steps into the realm of deity transformation, the Heavenly Tribulation will arrive exactly 1000 years after. After 1000 years of deity transformation, I have traveled throughout the human world. There really shouldn't be anything left on here that I would miss. But if there were no shackles of Heavenly Tribulation, this Palace Lord herself might not truly want to ascend to the upper realm. You seem different from usual today. When the lifespan of deity transformation comes to an end, even without heavenly tribulations, facing the inevitable exhaustion of your lifespan, wouldn't it be even more despairing? Huh. I'm just waiting for this thunder calamity and I'm getting a bit impatient. Don't worry about me, fellow Taoists, I know what to do. Encourage, comfort, or remind them, definitely. Go for it, absolutely. Millennia of cultivation, thousands of years of cultivation just for the present day. I believe you can do it. Triple dots. Thank you. Boom! The first thunder calamity descended with a resounding roar, followed closely by the second and the third. Xingning only had a cultivation at the mid-stage of deity transformation and was struggling under the endless thunder calamity. The higher your stage, the better your odds against the thunder calamity. That's why I am attempting to hit the pinnacle of deity transformation of like late. The situation was perilous. Even though you have witnessed senior brothers White Emperor's ascension on the scene, at this moment you couldn't help but feel nervous for Starbell. Boom. The 8th thunder calamity fell with a deafening roar, and the spiritual chi shield, which had already been on the verge of collapse, shattered at the touch of falling thunder. Xingning couldn't hold on any longer and was engulfed by the thunder. The calamity cloud gradually dissipated, and the sunlight penetrated the clouds once again, casting down beams of light. But beneath the beams of light there was no one to be seen. Ultimately, we still failed. Even though you understand that the heavens are merciless, the memories of your acquaintance with Starbell still make it difficult for you to accept. She died. But I definitely want to showcase what happens if she succeeds, but yeah, in our playthrough she now officially died. But we do our ultimate art. I believe I quick saved. Yep. Wait, quick saved. Okay, I did a real save like that. We will load a previous save, we will check out the dialogue, etc. What happens if she succeeds, since I bet people are interested in it. And that like feels so anticlimactic that she now dies. We'll head over here. Now I'll be doing a quick save. Hello. Enter. And I guess we can check out the other dialogue. Hello, yes, I'll talk to you. I'll comfort you. Don't worry, I will always be here for you. Okay. Boom, the first, second, and third. And yes, boom, the final thunder calamity descended with a mighty crash as a dark red thunderbolt slammed heavily onto the spiritual shield, erupting in a dazzling flash. The surging spiritual chi scattered all around, making it hard for you to see what exactly happened at the center of the calamity cloud. The calamity clouds gradually dispersed, and countless beams of light pierced through the clouds. At the center of the light beams, a figure could be seen ascending slowly. Damn, second attempt and it immediately works. Success. Definitely. First try success. You look up to the figure in midair, meeting Starbell's sorrowful gaze. Your heart can't help but tremble. Is she feeling sad about this parting? Goodbye, fellow Taoist. If you were Taoist companions, you would say your name. Goodbye, Starbell. Quite a sad ending still. But yeah. Now we can head back into seclusion. Then year 1000 do one of the events. I guess shortly after year 1000 we also head back into the South 2C, check that out. And then we will prepare for our own tribulation. So let's keep cultivating. Hell yeah, no. Wait, did I skip some dialogue previously? Old Way, the vendetta of the Imperial Sword Sect has been avenged, and Senior Brother has successfully ascended. You should feel happy. Like, I am proud of Shurna, but if back then I hadn't insisted on bringing back the Immortal Sword, how could I have been used by the Ancient God Sect? Yep, you were implanted with a Devil God Ghoul. Thinking back now, the Devil God Ghoul should have been hiding in the Demon Sword, but I did not discover it. At that time, I was already at a critical moment in refining the Immortal Sword. I had to forcefully take action to protect the disciples in my sect. The Devil God Ghoul took advantage of my momentary lapse. He also said, "You used your own soul to seal the Immortal Sword. Perhaps this is the reason for your amnesia." Well, in order to free myself from the control of the Devil God Ghoul, I did indeed use secret arts to merge my own soul in reverse into the Immortal Sword. Although it was not my intention, the Immortal Sword was indeed sealed by my soul. Therefore, every time the Immortal Sword recovers, my soul will also become stronger. Well, don't worry about it. When I ascend, I will definitely be able to help you reshape your body. In fact, like, she is content with her state. In fact, it's already been so many years. I've long given up on this idea. If you can reach the step of ascension like your senior brother, it will be my greatest achievement in life. Anyway, I will always be proud of you. Thank you, Master. Thank you. And here we are, guys, at Ghost Island, ready to bear witness at the year 1000. The originally gloomy atmosphere on Ghost Island became even darker, and the yin energy became even more intense. You look up at the sky and notice that the usually pristine moon has been partially devoured by darkness. This is the lunar eclipse, just as Ying Hour had said. Faced with this sudden anomaly, most of the soul bodies on the island were apprehensive. The island master and his group also gathered together, whispering and discussing. You didn't have much relationship with the island master and his party, so you stood aside. After a moment, the moon had already been devoured by more than half, and there were solid signs of yin qi starting to condense on the island. A cry of surprise came from the island, and a figure suddenly appeared in midair. It was Ghost. However, her expression completely different from before. "Blame it on your island master if you must," temptingly. I'm not sure what technique she used, but with just a wave of her hand, hundreds and thousands of soul bodies around the whirlwind were absorbed into her body. Only the Island Lord and his companions were spared. Could it be the Island Lord was planning to sacrifice these soul bodies from the beginning? All of this happened too quickly, leaving you no time to think. Not bad. It seems like she can still keep her promise. I won't need this array for now. For this moment, we have endured countless years of waiting and hardship. Now, as long as she succeeds in her ascension, we can be reborn anew. Well, the situation is not yet clear. Don't be too happy too soon. After absorbing those soul bodies, she immediately injected yin qi into the cyclone, forming a giant grey-white passage that led straight to the sky. With a sinister smile. "How can this be enough?" "Not enough, it's still a bit lacking. Li Ho-sun, give me more." The man's voice, or the ghost's voice, was almost crazy. The island's lord's previously joyful expression vanished, while the soul bodies beside him all panicked. "Wasn't that now how we agreed upon things back then? Apart from the Shenyan stone I gave you, didn't you say that 1000 soul bodies would suffice? Now the number given to you is far more than 1000. Huh, who can say for sure about such things? If I cannot ascend, won't your plan also fail? There's no time left, hurry up." Li Soul did not hesitate too much and pushed out all the soul bodies except for Mukaitsune and Dust. The passage also got one step closer to the moon. "Huh, not quite there yet. Push the two people next to you towards me quickly." The moon has been devoured by 90%. Upon hearing this, Lee Soul's face darkened and he activated the array beneath his feet. You can feel the immense defense of this array. Only the Plague Tortoise Sword Array can match it. This is already my bottom line, don't go too far. Huh, Ghost again with a sinister smile. You won't even drink to my toast, and you still think this formation can stop me. After speaking, a terrifying suction targeted towards his soul body. The array beneath his feet could only hold out for a moment before it was completely damaged beyond repair. Although the three of them appeared to have immense strength, they were powerless against the terrifying suction force and were swept away like autumn leaves in the wind. At this moment, the moon had been devoured by black shadows, leaving only the outermost silver ring. It's right now, I can feel it. I saw her raise one hand and draw a line across the sky, which tore open a spatial rift in the high-altitude area. A series of extremely destructive spatial turbulence emerged from it, creating a bone-chilling sensation. Anyone who sees this spatial crack would probably only have the idea of escape. Fortunately, you're far away and have not been affected. I'm here? Even if she leapt and jumped into the spatial crack, the passage disappeared along with her. Only her wild laughter echoed in the sky. After a moment, as the laughter dissipated and the cracks closed, everything seemed to return to calm. You waited for a while again. The black shadow on the moon retreated, and the gloomy air in the world returned to its usual level. This ghost island seems as if nothing has ever happened here. If you weren't witnessing all of this, you would think this was originally an empty island. Did she really succeed in ascension? It's almost unbelievable. You should feel happy for her, but you feel a bit lonely. No. What's wrong? On the Jade slip, it's recorded that to rebuild the physical body, one needs to borrow the Immortal Chi triggered by someone who has ascended. But has there ever been Immortal Chi descending so far? Indeed. But how do you explain what just happened? Just as you were pondering the problem, a sudden change occurred. You only saw the space fluctuate for a moment. A highly irregular space rift tore open in the high sky and a black shadow tumbled out from it. Did she fail? When I scanned with my soul sense, I saw that her body was extremely battered, with several visible wounds, and yin chi was escaping outward. How's this possible? Why can't it be found? I clearly sensed it, right? What went wrong? Her eyes were dull and she kept talking to herself. You were a little worried about her condition, so you flew over. Yingor, are you okay? After hearing your words, she suddenly shuddered, then inexplicably became enraged, attacking you without saying a word. Late deity, demon clan, female girl. As a congenital spirit, she gains yin spirit, more chi per turn, okay. Even more per turn. The enemy suffers damage the next time they use a skill. Evil Cloud restores some chi at the start and HP. You can only use it below HP, like below 5k HP, and you restore HP. Deals damage, and for every yin spirit the enemy gets debuffs and it deals more damage. To be honest, I don't know most of them. Can only be used in Starlight, and you get Evil Cloud, enter Starlight. I'll be honest, I have no clue what this build is about. We'll just tackle it head on. 106 G limit. Yeah, okay. Calm down, girl. Calm down. I should still have, like, ditched triple vitality. I forgot about it. We'll just entangle you to death. That looks fitting. Okay, what's happening now? Nothing happened. She entered Starlight. In this state, she will not strike, but transfers 80% of the damage received to the opponent and remove all buffs 10 times on yourself. Okay, wait a second. I need to figure out if me using this entanglement reflects damage. Back to me, it does. Okay, so we'll just end our turn. Now she is in the Yuhua stage, so like a moon stage. Yu means moon, and Hua most likely the one for change, just like deity transformation is Hua Shen, transform into a deity. And this is like transform into moon stuff. Chinese 101. So we should be able to just attack her now, like without worrying too much. She does have some speed increase, whatever. Okay, we end our turn. Now does she change back to Starlight again? No, she just gets defeated. Bashfully, stop! You are my friend. Calm down, third sister, don't act recklessly. Just as she was about to make another move, her whole body suddenly trembled violently. You could feel the ferocity on her slowly disappearing, replaced by calmness and kindness. Are you the second sister? Who was the person before and why did they attack me? Third sister is always like this. She has the highest talent, but also the craziest. Beforehand, there have been many offenses. Forgive us. That's it. Since things have come to this, can you tell me about your past? There's really nothing to hide. Yinger, tell her, what do you want to know about you? Who are you? At the beginning, I was just born through a fortuitous encounter in an extremely yin land and was just a mass of spiritual yin energy. At that time, everything was full of unknowns. I have transformed into mountain rocks, rivers, plants, spirit beasts, and even a smaller moon. These things are becoming more and more difficult to understand, but in the end, they didn't stump me. Just when I thought there was nothing that could stump me, I met her. Her? Well, it's the person I've become now. She is cute and kind, but sometimes she does things that I can't understand at all. Until today, I still don't know her thoughts. And what's up with your second elder sister? Later on, I arrived at a human town, but the people here all thought of me as a freak and bullied me. But there was one big sister who was different. She was very calm, not swayed by emotions, and always protected me. She told me that the people in the town will bully me only because they are afraid of me, afraid I will bring something bad to the town and they want to drive me away. Later, she was gone and I missed her very much, but I couldn't integrate her into my own personality, so I imitated her personality. Whenever I am bullied, she will stand up and protect me, just like that big sister. This is the second sister you see. And what about the third? The third sister was not imitating others, but was born out of self-doubt. You noticed a hint of guilt in her tone. Self-doubt? After I've become a human, I always believed that I am a human, and second sister also told me that I am human. But there are many things telling me that I am not. I don't accept these ideas, so I discarded them in the corner. I didn't expect that as these thoughts increased, she also slowly grew into a person. Although the third sister has a strange personality, she's a genius and can do many things that my second sister and I cannot do. Oh, I see now. So you mean when your second sister prevented me from asking you about it, it was actually to keep you from doubting yourself? But if you explain these now, won't you fall into self-doubt? If it was before, then I would certainly do it. But after failing to ascend, I can actually accept these ideas. Defeat? Speaking of which, I thought you had all successfully ascended. How did you end up failing? ... What we sense is not here, but something else. Her eyes seemed to emit white gloomy air from the corners, as if she was shedding tears and you could feel her sense of loss. Let it be, it's better not to ask too much about it. What are your future plans? In the future, I haven't thought about it. Do you still want to stick to your original goal? Yeah, encourage her to persevere. Advise her to look away. Continue. Since we've already embarked on this path, what's there to be conflicted about? Isn't it just one failure? In your infinite life, these tens of thousands of years are just a momentary blip. What is there to worry about? I don't know if there's a way to successfully ascend. Since you have infinite life, then you have infinite possibilities. As long as you remain steadfast in your beliefs and accumulate experience time and time again, what can stop you? But Back then, weren't you curious about the outcome of that spiritual sparrow? It repeatedly tried to merge with the golden pong, but failed each time. But each time it will summarize the experience of the previous failure. After overcoming all difficulties, it finally became the golden pong. From then on, it can accompany the golden pong and roam freely through heaven and earth in prosperity. Are you satisfied with this ending? She fell into contemplation. You didn't say anything else, just waiting for her. After a moment, she simulated a jade slip with her own yinchi and handed it to you. These are some thoughts I had when I was preparing to send. I don't know if they'll be useful to you, but I'll give them to you anyway. After quickly skimming through it, the jade slip quietly disappeared, leaving only some things that you temporarily couldn't understand in your mind. Thank you, Yinga. I don't know if you've thought about your future plans. We will talk about this together. If things go smoothly, we should be able to persist. But before that, we must first recover the lost yin energy. I just don't know how long we have to cultivate again. The scene quieted down, you couldn't think of anything else to say for a while and felt it was time to depart. Then let Yinga recover here and take good care of her injuries. I believe that with the help of the vortex and the Shenin stone, she will be able to recover in a few days. Will you come again in the future? If I have the opportunity in the future, I will definitely come visit you. See you again in the future. After saying goodbye, you left this unfortunate island. Can she really ascend? If she truly cannot ascend, would she continue to try and fail, trapped in a painful cycle? A series of questions flash through your mind, but there are no answers. If we enter it again, what happens now? You're here. Ask for your status. How's your recovery going? Only a little bit. Did you guys talk it out? She let out a sigh. Second sister's still the same as usual. She only supports my ideas and doesn't have her own suggestions. And since then, third sister never spoke to us again. Maybe the blow to her was too great. Alice, this matter needs to be discussed in detail. Don't be discouraged. A few pleasantries. Speaking of the origins of the titles, well, actually second and third sister were only born in sequence. My protector is my elder sister, and the one who needs protection is my younger sister. That's how it goes. Isn't the third sister already quite strong? Why does she still need protection? Talent is just one aspect, but in fact she knows the least about people. Just like a child, she needs to be coaxed. So that's how it is. Let's chat. Yep. Goodbye. And now we head over to the South 2C. 38 minutes in, but I want to finish this episode. Hello Whirlpool, I am here to enter it again. Returning to the old place, you can't help but remember the life-threatening experience you had with Xuxin here back then, which still gives you heart palpitation. Hidden beneath the great vortex of the South 2C is a mysterious ancient tree that contains the power of the Heavenly Tao, and it's a terrifying existence that even deity transformation cultivators dare not confront. The surface of the South 2C seems to have calmed down a lot compared to the past. You want to go back down and take a look? Yes, I am somewhat curious. This ancient tree under the sea can give birth to such a rare item as the Heavenly Tao fruit, and even Senior Prava calls it the embodiment of the Tao. Last time, only a root whisker was enough to make it difficult for me and Prava to defend against. But with my current cultivation, even if I am not its match, I should be able to protect myself, right? Plunge into La Vortex. Hello, you cautiously probe towards the depths of the whirlpool, unknowingly already having reached the seabed. Last time you came here with Xuxin and you didn't pay much attention. But now, as you observe carefully, you realize that the winding and twisting underwater canyons actually all come from the same direction. Are these possibly the root whiskers of the Heavenly Tree? These root whiskers were already completely exposed, while others were partially buried underground. Some were as thin as vines, others as thick as 4 or 5 people together. Nothing over here. Hello, hello, hello. It's me again, Heavenly Fruit, nice. Anything over here? More Heavenly Fruits. And now, well, I guess I couldn't slow down the game. Boom! Your soul sense suddenly locked onto you with a loud roar in your sea of consciousness. We are fighting triple question mark. The strongest triple question mark. Evil cultivator, lingering shadow, late deity. What is it? The Immortal slaying sorcerer. At the end of your round, you get Blood Fury. My god, Fury and Fury. The enemy gets bloodshed. When you cast the Sword of Punishing Immortals, you absorb 3 extra points of magic G. When you use the Immortal Executing Sword, your opponent gets 50! 50 fucking vulnerable! When you release the Sword of Trapping, he gains additional 20 tangled, that's fine. And we release the Sword of the Absolute Immortals plus 2000 shield, that's fine. But yes, the Blood Sword Palace, like Great Master, Grand Master, whatever you want to call it. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. Not Blood Sword Palace, this is Heavenly Demon Sect. They are like ultimate ancestor. Let's go. He doesn't even have equipment, so easy time, I guess. Hopefully. 30k. And he releases the domain. Plus 6 upper chi limit and plus 6 chi absorb per turn. Also, you take half damage. I could like activate my own domain, but we are not pussies. We are not pussies that have to activate their domain. I believe in myself. Yep, come on. We get rid of this 1 energy. And what's happening now? He's doing okay, vulnerable on myself and hitting me multiple times. So typical Heavenly Demon Sect build. Yeah, any debuff we need to worry about. At the end, remove all buffs 10 times, not a big deal. He did get this array active, but I am not bound by anything. I don't need to worry too much right now. We just stack Entanglement. Hell yeah. Okay, we have 1 left over as well. And what's up? Immortal Executing Sword, which is first skill will fail. Like, he's definitely getting it through my shield. And, well, I have so much vulnerable on myself, that's insane. But yeah, my first skill will fail. I forgot about it already. My microscopic brain. But we should be dealing a ton of damage now. Yeah, this should be over very soon. It's not over right now. He's somehow healed, but he still has so much in time. GG. First one down. And yes, I said first one. Is it an illusion? Who exactly is able to possess 4 demon swords at the same time? As you were feeling fortunate to have narrowly escaped danger, the scenery before you suddenly distorted. The countenance of the cultivator you had just defeated transformed and launched another attack on you. Late deity transformation, sword cultivator, lingering shadow. Golden Rainbow Sect, with an immense treasure and a heavenly level gathered force. Radiant Sun Piercer, etc. Very, very cool. I want this. The weapon, personal weapon used by the Radiant Sword Immortal. Radiant Sword Immortal's personal weapon, considered to be the most famous spiritual treasure in all of the 9 realms. Wow. Next guy. This guy is really strong. Can I just say this? And a domain. 10 additional metal chi absorbed per turn and 20% more metal damage, which includes gathered force. I still forgot to remove triple vitality. I will probably never remember. We're wasting some energy, but so be it. Okay. He stacked gathered force, more shield on himself. The good thing and the amazing thing about myself is every time he uses his shield skill, which he does a lot, like easily 8 times or so, he's taking the entanglement damage, which lowers his shield again. So that's like super OP against him, just like the kind of build we are running. And I can probably easily get rid of a lot of his gathered force. I'll just dupe it. Oh, okay, I expected to get rid of more, but this should be fine. We do this like twice more. Okay, he definitely still has a lot. But we blocked a huge chunk, and now no chance he's ever getting shield up. Look at it. The gathered force was actively decreasing every time he used something. That's amazing. Like that's when you know you have perfectly counted him. And yeah, I can get rid of all of his gathered force, so he's a joke now. Without his gathered force, he is a joke. Like, look at this. He can't even get any shield or... Oh my god, that is super OP against him. Sorry about that you got abused like this. Let's go, let's deal a bunch of damage. Can we kill him yet? Nope. But that's it. Good night. Innate spiritual wood. Skin and scales of yin type. And spiritual objects of yin type wood. I need teeth and bones. I need teeth and bones. Why everything but teeth and bones? The immortal sword behind you suddenly trembled slightly, and you felt a familiar energy inside your body and enveloping your body. The illusion in front of you also disappeared. What happened? What just happened? Wei Wuji's voice resounded in your mind. You calmed your mind and relayed the scene you just saw to Wei Wuji one by one. The second illusion I encountered seemed to use the techniques of the Golden Rainbow Sword Sect. Is there any connection between the demonic cultivator who can control 4 demon swords and this powerful cultivator? I don't know. When Brother Ni and I came here back then, we also fell into an illusionary realm, but the feeling is completely different. Well, with your current level of cultivation, you were unexpectedly trapped in the illusionary realm without realizing it. This ancient tree is not to be underestimated. Well, just as you left not long ago, I noticed those previously stationary root whiskers starting to slowly move towards us. However, at that time you should have been trapped in an illusionary realm and your 6 senses were isolated. After a while, you began to strike random things nearby and I was powerless to stop you. Luckily, the Immortal Sword has released the energy it absorbed from this ancient tree earlier, so now these root whiskers have no hostility towards you. That was close. If I was caught up by them again, it would have been the same as previously. Without realizing it, I was trapped in an illusion and my chi was drained by root whiskers. For those with a lower level of cultivation, it can even directly impart great Dao sense. Senior Brother once said that we see this mysterious ancient tree as an incarnation of the Heavenly Dao, but the way it strikes at others is full of wickedness and strangeness, which contradicts the orthodox Dao I am familiar with. Does it? A withered root whisker lies horizontally here, appearing to have been found dead for a while. Could it be the root whisker we cut off? Strange. Even if it's just the skeleton of a nascent soul spirit beast, its spiritual energy can still persist for hundreds of years, let alone the root whiskers of this god tree. Well, could it be sucked dry by itself? Do they have it? No, they have the same texture. It didn't auto-save all for me. You followed these root whiskers all the way to the front of the ancient tree trunk. With the protection of the Immortal Sword, there were no more incidents or accidents. But the massive object before them, rather than being the trunk of an ancient tree, could better be described as a tangled mass of hundreds, if not thousands, of roots of varying thickness, intertwined with each other to create a trunk-like structure. You use your soul sense to explore towards the bottom of the sea along the main trunk, in addition to the hundreds of visible root whiskers at the bottom of the sea. There are tens of thousands of root whiskers hidden underground that cannot be perceived. With your current soul sense, you can thoroughly investigate and cover almost half of the South to Sea, yet you still cannot fully explore the appearance of this ancient tree. Incredible. Such a strange tree. Is it truly something that could be born in this world? If it's indeed a prehistoric spiritual object that was born at the beginning of heaven and earth, it's not surprising it has grown into any shape over the past 1,000 years. Unfortunately, during the tens of thousands of years of chaos in the 9 provinces, not only were the inheritances of various major clans damaged, but many ancient books also went missing. Back then, just one of those root whiskers nearly cost the life of me and my Pravani. If not for the power of the Immortal Sword, I would likely have had to turn back today. Perhaps it's not that the ancient books were destroyed, but no one has really seen the whole picture of this ancient tree. Try to touch it. You place your palm on the tree trunk and the next second your mind is hit by a loud roar as if suddenly thrown into ruins. In the distance, a tall cultivator is controlling a flying sword to battle alone with hundreds of other cultivators. The scene only appeared for a moment as you instinctively withdrew your hand from the tree trunk and it immediately disappeared. What have you sensed? I just seem to have seen ruins, where a powerful man was engaged in combat with others. That person should be the demonic cultivator I defeated in the illusionary realm before. Is it another illusion? Too risky. It seems even the Immortal Sword is unable to complete. No, it's different. The perspective is different. Rather than saying that I saw an illusion, it was more like I entered into the dream realm of the ancient tree. Perhaps due to the relationship with the Immortal Sword, I seem to be able to sense some kind of emotion from this ancient tree. Is it emotion, disgust, or fear? Let's try again. You put your hands back on the tree trunk again, and the next second the image of the ruins appeared in front of your eyes again. Although surrounded by hundreds of cultivators, that demon cultivator was not at a disadvantage at all. Instead, he freely manipulated 4 demon swords and killed each and every one of them with a chop. What does this have to do with the illusion that struck me? You were secretly pondering, but found that the person seemed to have sensed something and turned his head to look towards your location. An sword array formed by the combination of the 4 demon swords is rapidly spinning, seemingly preparing for a world-shocking strike, and behind you another powerful sword intent is slowly gathering. You want to avoid it, but find yourself unable to move. 2 powerful forces collide around you, and the land and space beneath your feet begin to shatter. You also fall into the void together. Small and large fragments of images float slowly past you, and in this void you can barely control the direction of your movement. Are these fragments of the ancient tree's dream? A familiar fragment of a picture suddenly appears before you, and you float towards that direction. After a dizzy spell, you find yourself in a new scene. Above the sky, the dark clouds are densely covered. Thunder is roaring, and the scene is no different from the one when Senior Brother White Emperor crossed the Tribulation, and you are in mid-air overlooking it. Is this a Tribulation cloud? Who's undergoing Tribulation? You looked towards the center of the Calamity Clouds and saw a person sitting cross-legged alone on a mountain peak. As expected, this person was the cultivator from the Golden Rainbow Sword sect who had just attacked you. A series of thunder calamities fell with the force of 10,000 kilos, but his spiritual energy shield only trembled slightly. After a moment, his momentum grew even stronger. As the final thunder calamity strikes down, a golden light flashes and immediately interrupts with terrifying energy, completely scattering the robber like the calamity clouds in mid-air. Even a huge crack appears in the space near you. The figure began to slowly fly up to the light column, and the scene in front of you shattered again, falling into void once more. With the experience from last time, you didn't panic this time, but instead let yourself drift in this space. Legend has it that the first person to ascend in the 9 provinces in ancient times was the founder of the Golden Rainbow Sword sect, Immortal Golden Rainbow Sword. The scene we saw just now Could it be the scene of this immortal ascending to immortality? If these scenes were all that once truly happened, then the ruins previously seen may have been the ancient Ningyo city that fell into a space rift during the war between righteous and demonic forces. In the distance, a particularly large fragment slowly drifted towards you. These fragmented images vary in size. What do they represent in the end? You plunged into the huge piece in front of you and after a moment of dizziness found yourself on the sea. Terrifying energy surged around, causing waves thousands of feet high, and beneath the waves you could see two extremely large spirit beasts battling on the ocean surface. One of the spirit beasts resembles a whirling turtle, but also has a giant python attached to its back. The other spirit beast is as big as a lungfong, but has huge wings and can fly in the air. Is this the Endless Sea? But those two. Could it be the legendary divine beasts, the black tortoise and the kungpung? You have never seen such terrifying sea beasts. Compared to them, the four great demon saints who are famous in the Endless Sea are simply not worth mentioning. Boom! A terrifying energy descended from the sky, splitting the sea in half as if directly cutting through space, leaving behind a bottomless trench. The battle between the black tortoise and the kungpung continues while the seawater on both sides constantly pour into this deep trench, pulling you along with it and returning you to the void again. The fragments of the scene floating in the void gradually decreased, but in the distance you seem to see a light source slowly approaching you. The ancient battle between good and evil that took place 10,000 years ago, the ascension of the Radiant Sword Immortal over 20,000 years ago, and the existence of ancient mythical creatures only found in legends. Just now, the scenes I saw seemed to be slowly moving towards in chronological order. What will happen next? You squinted your eyes towards the source of the light, trying to see, and saw a magnificent palace that had a construction style you had never seen before. And above this palace there's a person floating in mid-air, standing with hands behind the back. You're getting closer to the light source. Suddenly that person seemed to sense something, slightly turned his head, and then turned around to look at you, meeting your gaze. The scream suddenly stopped, and you jerked your hand away from the tree trunk, startled and sweating profusely. What? Who exactly is that person? Don't just stand there, hurry up and leave. Wei Wuji's voice completely wakes you up, and you look around, and at some unknown time those originally motionless root whiskers began to approach you again. Let us leave this place. It seems that the ancient tree has been completely awakened, as hundreds of strong root whiskers from the seafloor have stirred up the entire South to Sea. Fortunately, you managed to escape back to the surface before being entangled by these root whiskers. What's going on? How come they started moving again? Everything was normal before you woke up. What did you just see? You relate the scene you saw to Wei Wuji in detail. The battle between righteous and evil factions thousands of years ago. The scene of the Radiant Sword Immortal splitting open the sky with a single battle, and ancient beasts engaged in destructive combats. If these battlegrounds that tear through space are really the ancient tree's dream, then it can't be considered a sweet dream. Exactly. The demonic cultivator and the Radiant Sword Immortal that I encountered in the illusionary realm were probably projections from the ancient tree's dream. What kind of person will that last silhouette I saw be? In the worlds, like in the thousands of years of this world, there's nothing strange. The battle between righteousness and evil occurred 100,000 years ago. Wow. The legendary Radiant Sword Immortal, whose name is recorded, ascended more than 20,000 years ago. As for the secrets of the ancient times, who can truly understand them? If it weren't for the Immortal Sword, I wouldn't know if I could escape this time. If it's just for a little bit of curiosity, destroying one's cultivation of 1,000 years is not worth it. And that is this super lore and interesting stuff with the tree. You would even unlock the heavenly blessing stuff from it. But now I believe it's time we can head back to the mainland again. I will end the episode right here, and next episode we can focus on our own tribulation. So yes, while it does say 566 years ago, we still need to cultivate, and then we can just spam our domain until the Thunder Calamity arrives. But I hope you guys enjoyed this XXL video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to not miss the Thunder Calamity, and see you guys next time. Have a great evening.